Morning, everyone. It's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So welcome. I welcome everyone that's joining me again. And if you're joining me for the first time, I really do appreciate it. If you're through YouTube, make sure that you've subscribed down below. And if you're from my Facebook group, just give permission to StreamYard and then I'll know who I'm talking to. So welcome to Saturday. Saturday is my card sketch Saturday. And I hope by doing these card sketches and my mystery challenges and all the different other lives that I do is that I help develop you into a confident stamper where you can stamp on your own. In any event, I'm really excited to do my card sketch. I love the card sketches. There's something that really keep me focused on teaching and showing you how to do a design in itself. Just remember that this is part of a live, so I will be talking with different people as we go along. And by doing that, if you're watching on a replay, you don't like that, just scoot along. But just remember, they may have some questions that you might have as well. Good morning, Caroline and Betty and Sandra and Lorraine and Marjorie and Pam and Felicia. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. So card sketch number 176. I know I was a little mixed up last week. Well, it's probably right after the retreat. And that's when the tiredness from the retreat hit me, was 1 week later. In any event, this one's a fun card sketch and we're going to use some new stuff. I always like it when I can use some new stuff, and they might be stuff, actually, they've been out for a couple of weeks, but I don't know whether or not if you've seen them or not. So let me go on down to my desktop here. This is the card sketch, and I know this looks kind of weird, but once you see what I'm using, you'll see where this card sketch comes into effect. This is a fairly simple card sketch, but it is using some new stuff. So it's using the Heartfelt Hexigon. And let me just reach over here. I just want to give you some idea of what that is, and you can take a screenshot of it if you're not sure what it is. It is a bundle. It does come separate as for the Hexigon punch, and then also these beautiful sentiments on here as well. Now, just beware that this is all part of a stamp set that they're using in World Card Making Day through Stampin' Up. Now, through Stampin' Up, I am going to be going on a Zoom. I'm inviting people to come onto my Zoom. We'll watch it together. And then also I want to show you some other cards that my team did. And yeah, so I'm hoping that that'll be good. So there's that. And then check out this beautiful, it's called Delightful Floral Designer Series paper. Now, I've got to explain. This goes along with the stamp set, translucent florals, and the dies. And unfortunately, I couldn't find the dies today. Otherwise, I probably would have gone ahead and used this. But some things have been in a real schmozzle in my, my crafting world. So, in any event, it's this beautiful array of florals. It does punch out. A lot of them do die cut out. And this was interesting because I thought really I had this piece that I'd cut for this particular card. Other interesting. And then check out the beautiful just straight designs onto the back. This one's got, oh, it's a very, very faint pool party. And the color combinations in this designer series paper pack is just amazing. Remember to check out the back of your designer series paper thing. There's Berry Burst in here, Blackberry Bliss, oh my goodness, Bubble Bath, Calypso Coral, Fresh Freesia, Lemon Lolly, Parakeet Party, Pool Party, and Pretty Peacock. Beautiful, beautiful cards. I mean, beautiful designer series paper. So let me just, if you're interested to know what that number is, there you go there. Now, these are as supplies last. This one happens to be something that is coming in the new J to A mini catalog, but they brought it out early so that you can purchase it for World Card Making Day. World Card Making Day will be using, and I'm just going to go back up to my, whoops, my goodness, did I lose everybody? I hope I didn't. No, I'm good there. There we go. There, I'm back. In any event, I just wanted to show you that this is available. Hello, Pam and Barb and Lila and Colleen. Ah, yes, Colleen. It's great that I can see you. But remember, when you do watch it on a replay, a lot of times it's really good that you can sit there and just scoot along and skip some of this other stuff. So let me just go back to my regular banner at the bottom. All right, so we're going to use this. We're going to use that designer series paper, and it's going to be another bright card. Anybody that knows me knows that I am not much into bright cards, but I sure have gotten that way lately. So we are going to use Pretty Peacock and Parakeet Party. Remember that this is an in color, so it's going away next year. I mean, we're already talking about what's going away. That's kind of sad, isn't it? In any event, let's go ahead and make this card from that card sketch. Let me put it up there. I am having email issues. I'm having printer issues. It's like I need somebody to come in and help me with my computer, that's for sure. All right, so a little bit different of a size here. The first layer I've got, like I've gone ahead and I was thinking to myself, Pretty Peacock works great. This is the designer series paper that I'm using on there. So I thought, oh, we got to bring out that Pretty Peacock. But it's funny because I really thought I was using that other design, but it's all good because this one's quite subtle and you'll see more of what I'm stamping. So the second, when I go on here and I talk about a card sketch, the regular card base, I do it as the finished card base. So it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Which is, it actually equals out to 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 scored at 4 1/4. This first layer is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, which is a little bit smaller than what the other one I like, but I like to show this Pretty Peacock off and also see this Parakeet Party. Don't those colors just go great together? And then this piece is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go, and I'm not going to attach that yet. I'm just going to go in and we're just going to attach this. That's such a subtle pool party. That's amazing. So don't forget to enter into the card sketches. I will be announcing, I'm going to try to announce it first thing tomorrow morning on the card sketches. The winners of the random draw for a card sketch, for a punch or a tutorial, depending on where you live. If you live outside of Canada, I unfortunately cannot send a stamp set to you or a product to you, but I can definitely send you a tutorial. Awesome. Okay, so this is just going to go on here, but I thought, you know me and ribbon. I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use some ribbon. I finally remembered to bring down my ribbon scissors. And you can just see how much easier that cuts with that. They are beautiful together, aren't they, Barb? All right. Now, this is the iridescent ribbon, and it comes in that bright and beautiful suite. Anyways, I think it looks really nice here. We could sit there and we could actually, if we wanted to, we could go ahead and we could color that as well. But the iridescent kind of just sort of goes with this. I had done another card and I'd actually colored this with the Granny Apple Green, and boy, did it ever look nice. So I'm just going to use my tear and tape. And I've shown you that tip where you just go and just tear that off. Now I'll come in with my take your pick tool. And we're just going to put some of that iridescent on there. So like I say, I hope you can join me. You can join me from anywhere in the world on World Card Making Day. We're going to watch along with Stampin' Up. I thought it would be easier to do that. I want to show you my team card swaps. They're beautiful. I actually kind of posted a bit of a sneak peek of that onto my page today. Very talented team, that's for sure. And then it's just going to go on there like that. Now I want to go ahead and I want to reinforce that. So looking forward to finally being able to have my in-person class with Autumn Leaves tomorrow. I do it by distance, but I also do it in person. And I'll show you tomorrow, I'll show you the cookies that I've made for the class, the in-person class. Unfortunately, they don't make them across Canada. I've tried it. I've tried putting them in packages and the cookies just crumble. So there's no way that I do that. When is that again? It's next Saturday, and it's 1 o'clock Pacific, which works out. Is it 4 hours difference for you, Pam, in Nova Scotia? It's 1 o'clock Pacific anyways. And we'll chit chat and be able to watch the Stampin' Up. I'm keeping my fingers crossed because there's sometimes issues with that, but if there's ever a problem, what I can do is I can turn around and I can get that fixed for you. Now with this punch, it's a rounded off hexagon punch. So it punches like this. This is Pretty Peacock, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I do this like this. And then this part here just goes, whoops, down like so. And that's what's giving us that line there. Now I wanted to have some ribbon on it because I'm actually going to bring them a little closer together so that I can actually have tie a faux bow there. Now, normally what you would do when you punch and stamp an image, and I'm going to try this with this particular stamp also has these borders on here, and that might be a little too much, but I'm going to give it a try anyways. And I'm going to do that in Pretty Peacock. I don't know if this is going to work. If not, I can go ahead and use just the other one. So I'm just going to stamp that like that. Now, this is photopolymer stamp set. You usually do it on a paper piercing mat, but this is a whole pad of grid paper, so I can just go ahead and use that. All right, that kind of gives a little bit more of a definition on there. And then there's this stamp set in there. This one here, and I thought that would add just a little bit to it. So I'm going to do that in Parakeet Party. I'm just going with the colors that are actually in this designer series paper. So I'm stamping that up. Then I'm going to come in with my Pretty Peacock and a sponge dauber. And I'm just going to just put a tiny bit of the Pretty Peacock on there as well. So that's just sort of giving us a look like that. Now I'm thinking to myself, wonder if this doesn't work. If it doesn't work, we'll just have to restamp the other part with the sentiment. And then the sentiment I'm going to use, because I'm using a vertical sentiment, is I hope your day is filled with joy. This would be great for a Mr. and Mrs. card. I can see doing this in golds or whatever their colors are for their wedding. And there's the sympathy one, which is really neat. And let's eat cake. It's almost for every occasion, right? So anyways, I'm going to use this one. I hope your day is filled with joy. And I'm just going to go in and put that onto this side right there. Always when you punch, what you want to do is, when you have a punch and you're doing it, you want to stamp first, then punch. Sometimes this one is very easy and very forgiving because it's also a photopolymer stamp set where you could actually punch, then stamp. And then I'm just going to go like this and put this in there. Now, I am going, when I use my punch, I always try to rest this part of my hand down on the table till I get it like that. I like it with that border. It's kind of nice, actually. So let's just, we have that there. We have that there. And I'm going to bring it in just a little bit. So it's going to be off by a tiny bit. When I went to take the picture this morning, I thought, oh, let's line it up. But I'm going to show you how maybe what we can do is just do it a little bit different. And there's it like that. So I'm just going to glue this on. Let's see, have I got, my goodness, I'm missing comments. How sad is that? Hello, Janet. Oh, one thing though, for this World Card Making Day, you will be able to, and I'll give you the link to watch it afterwards. It is a fun one. Lorraine, you wish you were coming tomorrow for cookies. Interesting cookies, let me tell you. I don't know if I'm getting better or worse in my cookie decorating. Hello, Marie. And hello, Kath. Okay, so we're just going to put this like this. For anybody that lives around the Kamloops area or in BC or even out of province, my next retreat is the end of May. I'm excited about that. All right, so I'm just going to actually go and pop that up. Like I say, we're just giving a simple sort of idea of what to do with this stamp set. I have no idea. I will also on Tuesday send out the measurements if you want to craft along with World Card Making Day. They're using this stamp set. They're using earthen elements, and also circle sayings is ones that they're using. Now, I know I've taught an awful lot of you how to have a measurement on a card and use something else. So that will work just fine as well. Okay, so that's just off by a bit of what it shows on that particular sketch. But it's all good. It's all relative, and it's close to it. Thank you. All right, so what I want to do is I want to do that faux bow. And you know what? I may not have given enough room to do that. Let me just lift this up just a tad. Bring that through. Other use for that take your pick tool. This iridescent it picks up any color, and it's sure picking up that that parakeet party, that's for sure. Now I'm going to tie it tight because that's the key. Like I say, I've got finally have my ribbon scissors down here. There we go. Now, just to show you how, like I've mixed and matched a few things. I've mixed and matched that beautiful paper that, what's it called again? It's called Delightful Floral, which is from the that corresponds with the translucent florals. Actually, I can tell you the history behind this paper. Stampin' Up has a bunch of paper, new designer series paper that has actually come out. And the reason it's out is they were planning on doing another celebration in the fall, right? And so they had ordered this paper, so they had all this paper that's there. So that's the reason for that. All right. Now, from the Berry Christmas Suite, these gems will go great on here, even though these gems are a tiny bit different color. They still will work. So I'm just going to come here. And that's a smaller one. I think we'll put that there, and we'll do the bigger one up there. Okay, so that's the front of the card. And of course, we have to decorate the inside of the card. I'm going to do something very, very simple on this particular one. Oh my goodness, where did it go to? They were all here. All right, so I just have this to go on the inside of the card. Actually, I even had a piece of this designer series paper that I was going to use on there. Oh, well, never mind. I will go ahead and stamp again. So I'm just going to do the same sort of image on the inside of the card. So I just want to make sure I've got that good and clean. Now, if I wanted to, I could go over to this particular one and then maybe even do the leaves on the inside. Do we want to do that? Let's do that. That's like shifting right in midstream, right? Let's do that. It wasn't what I originally was going to do, but I will do that. Haven't even used this stamp set, but it is in this catalog. So I'm going to come in with the parakeet party on this. Use the pretty peacock, And let's go ahead and use a sponge dauber. And we're kind of coloring it the same sort of way that it already is there. I like to blow on that. Let's see, I'm just going to actually stamp this right down here. There we go. And see, it's kind of corresponding with that. And then that leaves enough room if you decide on the inside to do something a little different. Now, I have a funny feeling that this is, well, this is quite big, and I really do prefer to have the smaller size. So let me grab my trimmer, and I'm going to just trim that particular one off. And we'll just do it like this. 5 inches by 3 3/4. And I think that would go better with what's on the front of the card as well. So just like that. Wow, that's pretty. And that's matching this paper. So just put that on the inside. All right, so don't forget to, today's the last day to get in for the sketch challenge for this month, or the mystery challenge. So it's just a reminder, if you go back, look at, you can go under files, or you can go under media and look at the photos, and then you'll see the different card sketches for this month. Then you just put it in under the feed. That'll be just fine. Okay, so like I say, this is the Hexigon, the Heartfelt Hexigon. Boy, that wasn't at all what I planned on doing on the inside, but I'm good with that. And then from there, we could, you know, I will do a drawing. I'm going to try to do it right at the beginning of the month so that it works. Now, let's see what other comments I have. Oh, my goodness, I've really missed on some. No, Barb, you have not missed the stamp camp. The stamp camp isn't until it's, I think, the 19th, 20th, or 20th and 21st. Yeah, you'll really enjoy that one. Thanks, Sandra. And Sandra said she had a lot of fun at the retreat. Yes, it was a lot of fun, that's for sure. And let's see. Yes, a 1-day in-person retreat. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We did have a lot of fun. We're going to allow just a few more people, but it's all going to be set out for the people that have been there first. All right. Yes, these colors look really good. Like I say, I'm trying to catch up on the comments here, but thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. You know, and the thing is, Pam and Barb, you could get together and do the stamp camp together, but it's pretty hard to do that because there's a lot that's involved. Thank you. Thanks, Kath. Yeah. May 24th is the next stamp retreat. Oh my goodness, Sandra, you're hilarious. That's awesome. Anyways, yeah, you need to come to BC and do the retreat, because I'm sure it's a retreat done Stampin' Up style for sure. It's definitely done Stampin' Up style, where there's pillow gifts or table gifts. There's prizes. Yeah, lots of things. And I've got a few more ideas. I've already started on my table gifts, figuring out what I'm going to do for my table gifts. And I'm excited about that because I have 2 things that, and it's kind of dependent what's going to come out in the catalog, but I'm not that worried about it because I still can adapt things really easily and everything else. Okay, so don't forget, get your stuff together to do this at the card sketch. This is the stamp set that we're using, that will be used in World Card Making Day. More information will be coming on my page, not on my group. I will refer people from my group onto my page to not register. I'm going to set up an event, and then we can all stamp together. And like I say, I want to show you some beautiful cards that my team did as well. And you never know. And I will have cutting instructions. That just saves you having to worry about signing into the thing there. Lorraine saying I spoilt her, spoilt them. Well, that's what it's all about. The retreat is my appreciation also for everybody. And lots of food, yes. And thanks to Kathy for the food, that's for sure. Oh my goodness, there was so much food. And yeah, in any event. Okay, you guys. So remember, if you like that, give me the thumbs up. Share my video. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, so please reach out to me. And I'm hoping that these card sketches are really helping you make your own cards. And I always encourage you, use something different than what I've already used, because that's what develops you as a card maker and a stamper. Well, you can come to Canada, Felicia. There's no reason why you can't. In any event, you guys. Take care. Don't forget Sip and Stamp tonight. If you want to bring a project along, we have fun there. We chit chat. A lot of times it's just pure quiet because we're all watching and doing our thing. But it's really kind of neat because we get a lot of different things done. In any event, you guys. Thank you again. Thanks so much. Remember to create because it's great for the soul. Bye for now.